Hello there, everyone. Welcome to the World of Momus podcast. And today, on this episode of Reflections and Reactions, I just want to share some general thoughts, I guess, of what's been happening and what's not. I was actually thinking about making it into a video podcast this time because usually, as you know, I do it an audio one, but yeah, I haven't shaved. So like my wife says, I look like a homeless person at the moment. So I'm going to just continue it as a audio for now. So today we're having elections, local elections. Some local elections, most of it, a lot of them have been cancelled because of devolution. They've been cancelled till another year or so, I guess. But a lot of people don't go out and vote in local elections anyways, which they should. I think that this needs to change. And you know what, you should be very wary of parties, any political parties that are like Reform, I would say, and Labour and Lib Dems and Tories, who campaign for their local elections on national issues and not really local issues. So they popularize their candidates on the basis of what's going on out there nationally. Well, local councillors have very little effect on that, but they do have a lot of effect on your local issues, which gets ignored because of these reasons. Well, I support SDP, as you guys all know, and in my county the elections are cancelled because of the devolution process. So I don't have anyone to vote for, or actually not anyone to vote for. I don't have a vote at the moment. But I would say, like, if you have SDP, standing up, like, vote for them because they actually care about your local, issues and stuff. I've heard some people say, well, oh, what's the point if you vote for them? It's like it's as if you stayed at home. That's not the point, because if you actually want to bring change, you have to support the smaller parties so eventually they become bigger. How else will they become bigger? If you want them to become bigger by a bigger investor coming in and investing in that party so that you don't have to do your part, well, then most of their policies will start being shaped by the thoughts of that investors, right? Rather than your national or local issues, and your wishes and your desires. Rather than that, it will be based on the investors. This is what you've seen with Reform as well. With the best of intentions, before Farage jumped in, when Ben Habib was involved, it was really looking at the local and national issues and what people were very concerned about. That's how they got their core into it, right? Because that party core is very important. You build that core, and on that basis of it, you can have like these populists come in on top of it, afterwards for a short term period, and even if they go, you have that core left. So they build that core, which is a good 15% or so of the voter base, and they build it on building this trust with the people and going around in localities and actually caring about it. But in comes multiple investors and whatnot for populist ideas put in by Farage, and you're seeing one by one the actual problems that people have, or the worries that people have, the issues that they are being diluted, and that's to please the investors, whatever kind of investors are out there. Now, just 2 days before the election, yeah, you might say, oh, I want mass deportations, but you will see dilution of that as well if more and more money comes in from more liberal minded people, because the party at the core still doesn't have, like the Reform Party, still doesn't have, a proper political philosophy. But put that aside, even if you want to go vote for Reform Party candidates, because a lot of them are actually Tory candidates, go for it. just actually go out and vote. I would just prefer that if you voted for SDP, but that's my personal preference. I can't enforce that on you, and you can't enforce your personal preference on me. The reason why I like SDP and I'm a member of it is because they actually care about these issues, and they spend a lot of time in on their policies and stuff. But if there's any other independent candidate out there that you think has better, who cares about your local issues, and it doesn't matter even over here, like if even if they are Tories or whatnot out there, because they're not really, they're part of the political party, but they could be like a lot of Tory local councillors who actually care about their local community and they work for the local community, right? So you need to vote for people who would actually help you in your local issues first, and hopefully when it comes to national, then you can think about it nationally as well. So anyways, that's what is going on today. I was actually going to talk about how I don't want to talk about that too much politics on the podcast. But how it starts, I said that before as well. I don't want to talk too much about politics, and then I go ahead and do more episodes on with political people and whatnot. I think so. I should actually just stop saying stuff like that. Oh, I don't want to stop doing this or start doing this, because it doesn't work like that, right? So wherever your interests are, it will lead you over there. The conversations will lead you over there. I just want to have good conversations. Don't want to have conversations with people who are bad faith actors and who are manipulators, because I hate people who manipulate information in ways that only, to just change your mind to their agenda rather than for the good or something of that sort. So yeah, with conversations type, like, I think so when comes to conversational episodes, I'm just gonna have conversations with interesting people, and we'll see where it goes, because politics is part of life as well. I just want don't maybe I can say that I don't want to become too political, even though I do want to talk about politics, right? So I don't want it to become too political in that sense that I'm way too biased and stuff. It might be that I have more SDP people on my podcast, but because you know I know them, so I'm not really reaching out to politicians, to be honest, on my podcast. But I would like to in the future talk more about policies rather than politics in itself. But I do want to do more of the history and mythology episodes. It just takes more time. I have a lot of episodes that I have already scripted out, researched and scripted out, like the history of Malden. Malden, I really like that place. And a few other episodes as well, but I just haven't been getting the time. The work has been so busy, but you don't want to know that. That's fine. But the more that you support this channel, and the more of you, um, hopefully try to support my Substack as well. Become monthly paid subscribers if you want to. It's only £3.50 per month for those who can. The more you support over there, the more I can actually spend time on making the history and mythology episodes, because I can lessen my day job in that sense. Although, that's life. You do what you have to do, and yeah, I'll just keep plugging on, and hopefully I will have few history episodes. History of Malden one, though, like, might take a back seat. I recorded a very special conversation with this guy, Dr. Mario, and I was very interested in talking to him. Loved talking to him, and we talked about the Elgin marbles, and their the deal that is going on, has been for a while, between the government and our government and the Greek government, about taking them away from the British Museum to Greece. So we talked a lot about the whole history of it, and he's very much against being sent over. But it was very interesting to have a conversation with him about it. Uh, And what I'll do is, before I put that conversation out, I'll put out few short episodes about few of the minor details within the history, and make them as separate, like, informational episodes. So they will be they will be sort of complementary to that episode. So that will be out soon. I also recorded an episode with a Potkin, who has Iranian background and stuff, and we talked a lot about the Islam's influence, and Islamist influence within our government and institutions, and what can actually be done to reverse such thing, what is going on. And so that was a very interesting episode as well. um, I did record an episode with Liam Tufts on his podcast. He invited me on his podcast. That will be coming out at some point. I'll put it out as a post on YouTube. So when that comes out, so you guys can go have a. That was a very, very interesting conversation. I also have recently appeared on Jolly Heretic with at Dutton. So yeah, you can check that episode out as well. So yeah, I've been doing a few things. Hopefully I'll keep plugging on. Hopefully you'll stay connected over here. I'm hoping to record a conversation with a friend of mine from America about the male representation or lack of male representation within the writing community, so to speak, like publishers and literary agents, how they are sort of more focused on diversity. When I say male representation, I mean like white male representation, while white male straight representation, lack of that. With because there's a lot of literary agents, the majority of literary agents and publishers these days, mainstream ones, they just don't want to entertain those people, for whatever reasons, like for very much woke reasons and stuff. So I want to talk to him about that as well, and how that has actually enabled the detriment of the literary community, which tells you a lot. And yeah, and we'll see like what else we can do. Oh yeah, more episodes that I'm thinking about doing is conversations which are more topic focused, and more history topics focused, or more mythology topics focused. More mythology topic focused was an episode that I did recently. I hope you got the chance to listen to it. Was with Sophie Spittle, when you talk about the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and the story behind it, and what it meant, and so on and so on. So I'm trying to do stuff like that more as well. So hopefully that is something that interests you. And I'm thinking of doing some history, like some point in history, probably medieval history. Take certain topics, take or certain battles or something, and discuss it with the historian. Adam Williams, I get along really well with him. If you've seen our recent episode, that was about him being the leader of the SDP's youth movement, youth group. So, but he's a historian as well, and maybe, not maybe, definitely, I think so. I'm hoping to record something with him in June. So yeah, look out for that. Let's see if we can do more of those sort of things, where is history and mythology conversations, and not just all peppered with politics or cultural wars or stuff, that is going on, because a lot of other people are covering it. I cover these sort of things on my Substack as my posts and blog posts and stuff like that, so you can check it out over there. Generally, like it's oversaturated, that area anyways, and I hope you guys will enjoy more learning about like different sort of histories and mythologies and stuff, and the readings of essays and whatnot that I put out. Anyways, so yeah, that's my general thoughts. I haven't done one of this episode for a while, so I thought I'd just put something in. And yeah, hope to put in something next week as well. Thank you for listening. Take care.